I I I, I tried to join back. I couldn't. I tried to join back. I couldn't. So I had to end the lesson and start another call. Sorry about that. I hope others are seeing the message. Let me pin it and notify every other person. It's so unfortunate. Today, everyone was online. Hello. Some other person has joined. Hello, Yaroslav.
Hi.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi got disconnected. I wasn't aware. I didn't know I was busy talking to myself. Not
Yeah.
until I wasn't getting any response from anyone. I was like, what's going on? Okay. Did people continue the vocabularies?
Yeah.
Okay, where did you guys stop?
We stopped, if I remember correctly, on the natural reserve.
Okay, natural reserve. Okay, people did not continue after I left. Okay, let's continue. Okay. So, Andrew, can you read that for us?
Yeah, sure. So, read a natural reserve or attract.
Natural reserve.
Okay, so natural reserve, an area of land protected in order to keep safe the animals and plants that live there, often because they are rare. Example, natural reserves are havens on Earth and are home to the last specimens of endangered species. Species.
Endangered, let me read that. A natural reserve is an area of land protected in order to keep safe the animals and plants that live there, often because they are rare. It's not like a zoo, but we have a natural reserve in my country where we try to protect the few monkeys that we have left. Do you understand? And some other species of we have varieties of species of monkeys there. So we ensure the government ensures farmers don't cut down trees in that area. Do you understand? People don't go farming in that place. You don't cut down trees in that area so that you keep those wildlife still protected. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, Yaroslav, the next one, a track.
A tract, an area of land collocated so with a large waste huge. As example, the house is surrounded by vast tracts of woodland.
Okay, it's an area of land collocate with large, vast, and huge. It's a place, an area of land that is just big. You know, when you say something is huge, is big. Do you understand? A tract. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Okay, Stepan, take the next. No, no, Sophia, take virgin.
A virgin, original, natural, someone or something pure, untouched or untainted. Example, within 40 years there will be no virgin forest
Urban
left.
forest. Okay, you see how thick that forest is. It has not been touched, it has not been farmed on, trees have not been cut down there. So it's still a virgin forest. Okay, Stepan, the next one.
to seek something out of the ordinary, to look for something different. Seek is rather formal. Example, while he was at the library, Steve decided to seek some book out of the ordinary on the history of the area.
Okay, so trying to look for something ordinary, looking for something, well, trying to see what others are not seeing. Do you understand? For example, let's bring it down to the very natural example. You sit down and you're lost in thought, thinking of your future, how it to get better. Do you understand? Even when people may see you as a child, they don't see you. They think you should be playing at that point, but you've already programmed your life in your mind trying to seek something out of the ordinary. Do you understand? When people think you should be playing, you are thinking of how to build and develop yourself mentally. Do we understand?
And thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to vocabulary. Okay, so who's taking that for us? Andrew?
Okay,
So they said
so
mark the phrases to its definition.
okay, so the first phrasal is escape the crowds and okay, few seconds. So escape the crowds is it's option to go where there are not many people.
Correct. Okay, the next one, Sophia.
To have or own something to be proud of or formal. Of.
No, what you do is you look at the picture in Yaroslav, bring down your slide. Bring it down, yes. The second one here says get off the beaten track. Yes, to get off the beaten track. So you would look for the answers in where you have the definition.
G, go to places tourists don't normally go, somewhere different, unusual.
No. To get off the track means to go to a place. Oh, yes. To go to places tourists don't normally go. Correct. Sorry about that. Okay, Stepan, your turn.
This is false. Yeah.
Number three.
Get back to
nature.
nature. This is back to nature. No, this is back to something nature maybe. This
Look
is
at what we have here and check for the answer.
yeah. Schleife nature, rule of style of life. Yeah. I didn't see this.
The
Sorry.
natural, yes. Okay, Stepan, Yaroslav, your turn.
Yes, tourist sector. Trying to find 1 moment, please.
You've passed it. Down.
Tourist industry formal.
Correct. Okay, Andrew, the next one.
Okay, so the next one is discerning, and discerning is few. It's option A, so showing good judgment about
Correct. Showing good judgment about things such as art. Okay, the next one, Sophia.
Boast. It's variant B, to have or own something to be proud of, or formal.
Correct. Okay, Stepan, the next.
Next, this is flora and fauna. Hoarders, yes.
No. Hoard,
Ah,
yes,
flora.
hoard.
Flora and fauna.
No, hoard. It's hoard.
Hoards. Hoarders. Give me C variant. Yes, thank you. Hoard is.
Yes, you're about to pass it.
Hoarders.
Your past this is up.
This is. Plants and animals, a fixed phrase.
No.
A
Crowd.
large amount of. Yes,
No.
sorry, yes.
Crowd in a negative sense.
Thank you,
Crowd.
sorry.
Okay, Yaroslav, your turn.
Wells of
Correct.
large amount
Okay.
of formal.
Yes, Andrew, your turn.
Okay, so flora and fauna. Okay, so a few seconds. Mm. So it's option G, areas of a country that are protected by the government because of their natural beauty or because they are a special history.
Okay. The next one, Sophia.
National parks. It's variant G, an area of a country that is protected by the government because of its natural beauty or because it has a special history.
Correct. Stefan, the next.
Nature reserves. This is place what are protected by government. This is L, areas of land protected in order to keep safe the animal and plants that live
Animals
there.
and plants. Correct, correct. Yes,
Okay.
correct. Okay, the next one, Yaroslav.
The next one is trucks. It will be related to areas of land collocated with large waste huge.
Correct. Okay, Andrew.
Yes, so the next one is virgin, and it's original and natural.
Correct. Sophia, then last one.
You're seeking something out of the ordinary. It's as variant K, looking for something different. A seek is rather formal.
Okay, correct. All right, no problems. So, Stefan, read for us 1.1, have a new journey.
Maybe I very want to go on Sri Lanka, and maybe I will go in the future because this is beautiful name or beautiful country, beautiful island. On this island, I can get back to nature because this is island have ocean, mountains, and jungle. A lot of different animal, fish, and maybe I just want to get off beaten track.
Okay, that's beautiful. Sophia, what about you? I think you traveled some weeks ago, so can you tell us the journey to some
I
place?
have traveled in some countries, and now I want to travel to maybe England and to look something, to seek something out of the ordinary, maybe some historical museums. I think it would be interesting.
Okay, that's beautiful. Andrew, what about you?
Yes, so if we talk about me, I would like to have a trip to Ireland, because it seems to me that this country is like has a wealth of nature and really great flora and fauna and a lot of national parks. And it's really great that they are trying to save like to save their all of their virgin in that country.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yaroslav, what about you?
Actually, I am thinking about option provided by Stepan regarding to Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Okay.
I think it is good place with a lot of natural reserves, with good flora and fauna, with out of the ordinary food, especially if you talk about seafoods, a lot of options related to surfing, ocean, good place to have rest
Okay.
as well, and escape the crowds.
Okay, no problem. So let's move to the next, which is grammar. Okay, I think I've opened this explanation so we can see. Okay, Andrew, read what you have here. Do we talk about the past is likely to happen?
Yeah, so
So
if
read
I
on.
step clouds on the beach, I would get a tan naked. And the second one, if national parks and nature reserves had been closed for visiting, their flora and fauna would have remained virgin.
All right. Okay, so now we're going to talk about second conditional. I had to open this my explanation so that we would see it and understand better. I'll still drop it in the group chat for us. Okay, the second conditional, Yaroslav, read for us.
The second conditional uses the past simple after if, then would, and then infinitive. If plus past simple would plus infinitive. Note, we can use were instead of was with I and he, she, it. This is mostly done in formal writing. It has
Okay,
two users.
it's okay. So the second conditional, this is we use if plus past tense or would plus infinitive. Just like this thing said, if I escaped the crowd on the beach, I would get a tan naked. Sorry, go up a bit. If I escape the crowd on the beach, look at the formula there. If plus past simple escaped the crowd on the beach, we use would plus infinitive. I would get a tan naked. Do we understand? I wanted us to understand the explanation. That's why I'm showing us this. Do we understand?
Yeah.
If the National
Yeah.
Park and Nature Reserve, sorry, you've closed that. If the National Park and Nature Reserve had often closed for visiting, their flora and fauna would remain virgin. Do we understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so Stepan, read the next for us note. Okay, sorry, first we can use it to talk about. Stepan, read that.
Note, yes.
No,
First we can use it to talk about things in the future that are probably not going to be true. Maybe I'm imagining some dream, for example. If I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. I probably won't win the lottery. She would travel all over the world if she were rich. She would pass the exam if she ever studied. She never studies, so this won't happen.
hold on. Sophia, can you give us your own example? Sophia?
I would visit many competition if I have if I would have more time.
No, read it the way others are presented. If I visited the competition, I would have won. Something like that. Can you see? Just like you said, if I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. It has a rule or a principle where we use if plus past simple plus would and infinitive. Okay, Andrew, can you give us an example? I believe you said you've done this conditionals very well in the university.
Okay, so it's like example to the first conditional or which one? 'Cause, sorry, I
Yes,
skipped
we
it.
did the second conditional, the first part, how we use it.
Okay, so if I had his number, I would call him. I don't have his number now, so it's impossible for me to call him. The
Correct.
second example here is if I were a businessman, I would have a private airplane. If I'm not, I'm not
Oh
a
no, you're not getting me. I said you should give us your own example. The first one we were talking about it, maybe I am imagining or something that it's
Okay,
made.
I get it. Okay, if, for example,
Hold on. The first one says when we talk about something that is in the future that probably is not going to be true, we use second conditionals in two ways. The first we use it is when we talk about things in the future that are probably not going to be true. Do you understand?
yeah.
That's what I'm still explaining. We've not entered the second one yet. I said you should give us an example of the first way we use the second conditional.
Okay, so I have to create like my own example with the second
yeah.
conditional. Yeah? Okay, if I had, for example, if I had $1 million, I would spend it on traveling.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. So Sophia, read from where you have second.
Second, we can use it to talk about something in the present which is impossible because it's not true. If I had his number, I would call him. I don't have his number now, so it's impossible for me to call him. If I were a businesswoman, I would have a private airplane. I'm not a businesswoman now, so I can't buy a plane.
Okay, Yaroslav, can you give us an example?
If I had more free time, I would exercise more or walk
Okay, which
outside
means
more.
you don't have free time, right? So you can't revise more. Okay, so read the next one. How is this different from the first conditional? Read that, Yaroslav.
How is this different from the first conditional? This kind of conditional sentence is different from the first conditional because this is a lot more unlikely. For example, second conditional. If I had enough money, I would buy a house with 20 bedrooms and swimming pool. I'm probably not going to have this much. I'm probably not going to have this much money. It's just a dream, not very real. But first conditional, if I have enough money, I will buy some new shoes. It's much more likely that I'll have enough money to buy some shoes.
Okay, so have you seen the first? So this first conditional one we talked about last week is something that it's possible to happen. Do you understand? If I have enough money, I will buy new shoes. It's fact, something that is true. Do we understand? But
Yes.
second conditional sometimes could be something impossible. Do we understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, okay. So let's read the example, Stefan.
Second conditional, if I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. I probably won't win the lottery. She would pass the exam if she ever studied. She never studied, so this won't happen. We talk about things in the future that are probably not going to be true. If I had his number, I would call him. I don't have his number now, so it's impossible for me to call him. If I were a businesswoman, I would have a private airplane. I'm not a businesswoman, no, so I can't buy a plane. Talk about something in the present which is possible because it's not true.
Okay, that's beautiful. So third conditional.
I'm read.
Have you read third conditional?
Who reads short conditional?
Okay, let me open my explanation. So okay, Andrew, read third conditional, then we'll explain that.
Okay, so the third conditional, if she had studied, she would have passed the exam. But really, we know she didn't study, and so she didn't pass. If I hadn't eaten so much, I wouldn't have felt sick. But I ate a lot, and so I felt sick. It's used to describe a situation that didn't happen and to imagine that the result of the situation.
Okay, so that's about third conditional. We said that. So okay, let's say when we compare these two sentences, if I went to the party, I would be tired tomorrow. If I had gone to the party, I would have been tired. In the first conditional, in the first sentence, we use second conditional because the party is in the future and we are imagining what the situation would be. But in the second sentence, the party is in the past. We didn't go, but we are imagining what would have happened if we had gone. Do we understand?
Yes, I don't.
Okay. So that's why Andrew Yaroslav, go down. Okay. I don't. I wanted to see if you had a picture with the explanation of second or third conditional. Okay, no problems. So let's go to the next 1.1 tips for adventure. Sophia, read that for us.
Imagine that you're an experienced traveler and adventurer. Your task is to make tips for adventures using second or third conditionals. With the conditionals, you can speak about your experience to confirm the usefulness of advice. Adventure should sleep
Okay.
on trees in tundra. If I had slept on the tree, I wouldn't have faced the bear in the middle of the night.
Okay, so imagine that you are, sorry, could you go back? Imagine that you are an experienced traveler and an adventurer. Your task is to make tips for adventure using second or third conditionals. Okay, with the conditionals, you can speak about your experience to confirm the usefulness of advice. Okay, Stepan, can you give us your own example, Stepan? Please, all of us
Second
should prepare
conditional,
different
yeah.
examples. Yes, all of us should prepare our examples. You can use either second or third.
Maybe if I won in the lottery, I would buy a house. Yeah. No. If I had won in the lottery, I would buy a house.
Okay. Andrew, your turn.
Sorry, can I skip my turn because I have like some working moment, a few minutes. Sorry.
Okay, Yaroslav.
Can you please remind what have I do? Do I need to
I said we
provide
should do
some
an example. Yes.
of the second or third conditional?
Anyone you want.
If I had more money, I would travel more.
Okay, no problem, it's fine. So let's move to video. Okay, so the first question. No, go up. Okay, have you visited a lot of places in your country, Yaroslav?
I think so, but unfortunately, I suppose not all of them. I wanted to visit it.
Okay, okay. The next one. Stepan, which was the best place you visited?
I can tell you about many of this place, but I would say maybe this is Kamenets-Podilsk. This is a historical place in the Khmelnytsk region of Ukraine with castle.
Okay, Sophia, so do you prefer local traveling or going abroad?
I think that
Okay.
more to going abroad, but if it's like with family or with friends, so I prefer local traveling.
Okay, Andrew, what about you?
About my best trip to somewhere.
Yes.
So like the best trip in my life was to Roma. It was like around 6 years ago. I visited with my family, and it was like really great trip for me.
Okay, can you tell us about the place? Was it in Ukraine?
No,
Or
Roma, like a capital of Italy.
okay, Rome. Okay, okay. Sorry, it's pronounced Rome. The E is silent.
Okay, so Rome, yeah, sorry.
Rome. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, so we visited like Colosseum and the other places which are really famous in that city.
Yes. Okay, so let's watch the video. Okay, Yaroslav, your mic is muted. They can't hear you.
1 moment, please.
He's had leisure stays of 14. For travel blogger Dennison Wee, vacations have become staycations. Since Singapore's Phase 2 reopening last year, he's had leisure stays of 14 different hotels.
Usually I do a 1 night stay and sometimes 2 night over the weekends if I have time. I spend roughly about $200 to $300 a night with the depressed prices now.
A day spent lazing around by the pool, drinking champagne at the lounge, and getting cozy in the hotel room sum up the local holiday experience for Dennison.
To be honest, no matter how nice or how luxurious a staycation or hotel room can be, I do still miss traveling, and I am looking forward to travel at the next earliest possible opportunity.
Still, it's staycationers like Dennison that have provided hotels a lifeline over the past months. In 2020, tourist arrivals fell more than 85% from the previous year to 2.7 million visitors, compared to a record high of nearly 20 million in 2019. Tourism receipts were also down nearly 80% to 4.4 billion Singapore dollars in the first 3 quarters of 2020.
Many of our hotels now, about 50%, are in the stay-home notice business, which is government business. During holidays and school periods, we have the staycation business, but other than that, there's not much else. We are hoping that by September, Singapore will be fully vaccinated, and we do hope that things will change then.
In the past year, many hotels have explored various ways to cover the revenue shortfall.
Hotels have also made use of the expensive premises that they have to come out with vacations. So in F&B, the hotels have actually right on digitalization to actually offer solutions like online purchases. The hotels also do delivery services, grab and go counters, home chef services as well. And what is really a new innovative idea is grocery services.
No pay leave, salary cuts, freeze hiring, and shorter work weeks have also been implemented to keep hotels afloat.
Fortunately, there were not excessive layoffs in a sense. If not for the support, I think in terms of GSS, in terms of the training grants and so forth, there would be more such happening.
Where the hotel industry currently resides is in this very precarious period whereby we are in a holding pattern waiting for our borders to open, because until it does, there's really very little that we can do.
One thing hotels can do in this interim period is to ramp up staff training.
We have been able to upskill them in many ways and also adopted a lot of digital measures as well, technology solutions, and all this have helped to increase productivity. So I do see that we do have lots of scope and we are ready for the upturn.
While staycations offer a lifeline, they can never compensate for the lack of international travelers, which make up 90% of the Singapore hotel business.
Singapore has about 70,000 rooms, and the size of the staycation market would in general meet about 5 to 10% of that inventory. So even if staycation do much better and we increase that, say, to 15%, it's still not going to be able to be a sustainable solution for our industry. You need a third of your inventory filled, and you need to have an average rate of at least $100. So that's the benchmark. And we don't have the size of a domestic market to ever reach that level.
Far East Hospitality says the downturn presents an opportunity to reimagine the future of tourism. This year, it's launched 2 hotels in the first quarter, with several more in the pipeline.
There's only 2 options for businesses. Either you conserve resources and wait for a better day to come back into the market, or if you want to stay in the market, then you have to be investing.
As Singapore works towards reopening its borders through travel bubbles, faster COVID testing at airports, and creating policies towards accepting vaccinated travelers, hotels will have to rely on domestic tourism until then.
The holiday experience is a very special experience, and many people save up to go on a special holiday for the kids, for the spouse, for whatever. But Singaporeans are not spending because they feel that this is home. You know, a meal in a fancy French restaurant in Paris is fine, but if I have to eat in Singapore, I might as well spend something less expensive on something that I'm familiar with.
For now, government support and the easing of rules on social gathering will be crucial for hotels.
We still have a lot of restrictions on meetings, events, birthday celebrations. So we hope that that is relaxed so that we can at least get more domestic business.
Meanwhile, hotels will need to up their hygiene protocols to address safety concerns among guests. Industry stakeholders expect essential travel to come back first. Mass tourism is likely to take more time to return.
It's not going to be a numbers game as it used to be. It's going to be a lot of emphasis on the quality, on tourism spend, on even curating your kind of experiences.
The profile of the type of tourists we attract will have to be very different. It will have to be fewer people, but they are spending more money. We have to get into a me-only proposition. It will then have to be, what does Singapore offer, which is unique and I can only get in Singapore, and it is not quite available elsewhere.
Okay. Andrew, what are the benefits of staycation?
It seems to me that like the main benefits is it saves a lot of money. Additionally, it's less stressful, and maybe it's kind of like a time efficient because travel time means you get to spend more time actually enjoying your break.
Okay, Yaroslav, what about you?
Maybe sometimes you have opportunity to spend more time on things you didn't have time to discover something new local at the home. Maybe it will be related to it, to these points.
Okay, Sophia, so are there negative sides on it? On staycation?
I don't know. I think it's more pluses than minuses.
Okay. So Stepan, do you like staycation? Why or why not? Stepan? Stepan, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I don't hear you because I have some issues with internet. Second questions, yes.
No, I asked, do you like staycation? Why or why not?
No, I don't like staycation. For me, it's very boring.
Okay, Yaroslav, what about you? Do you like staycation?
It depends on. Sometimes it's needed to, but I prefer to go somewhere.
Okay, Andrew, what about you?
I have the same opinion as Yaroslav said.
Okay, Sophia, what about you? Do you like staycation?
Yes, I like staycation.
Okay, no problem, it's fine. So after this is our homework. Let's try to do our homework when we're free. Please, we hardly do our homework, so please let's try to do it. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay, bye-bye.
No problem. Thank you. Good night, Sophia, Andrew, Yaroslav, Stepan. Thank you for today.
Good night too.
Okay. Thank you for the lesson and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Good night.
Thank
Good
See
you.
you on
Good
Friday.
evening. See you. Bye.
Bye.